Hello, how's it going? As you can probably see by the smile on my face, and you could probably tell before. Well, if you're watching this, you probably just saw the title page, the title of the video. But I am pretty happy and pretty excited right now. Yes, I have one more day of work. One more day of work tomorrow. Then I am on holiday. And then on Thursday, I travel to Birmingham. Yes, I travels to Birmingham. And for TFNation 2026, this very small little convention that's sort of been going for about a year or so. No, I'm joking. Pretty big behemoth of a convention now. And, oh man, the excitement is really starting to kick in. You know what's really strange is this is the most excited I've been for a TFNation coming up for quite a while. Now, don't get it twisted, alright? I always enjoy TFNation. I always love going to TFNation. I absolutely love going. It's not like I've not been excited all the other times that TFNation's come around. But this time, or this year in particular, I am much more excited, and I don't know. It could just be the fact because the last time I was this excited for TFNation was back when Stan Bush himself got announced, and that he was doing a concert. That year was back in that was what 2018, I think it was. So it was like only. Yes, I think it was around about 2017, 2018. I can't remember. But anyway, so when Stan Bush was announced, obviously when TFNation first got announced, I was really excited because the very first TFNation kind of like it was like the end of an era because Auto Assembly had finished. Auto Assembly came to an end. A lot of people before the initial announcement was made that TFNation was happening. When it was announced that Auto Assembly was going to finish, myself and loads of other people were really kind of disheartened because it was like, oh no, Auto Assembly's finished. What are we going to do now? And I think people were starting to kind of come up with ideas. Starting to come up with ideas of like meetups, like maybe like once a year, we still meet up at the Hilton Metropole. No convention. We just meet up. We just have like a pilgrimage every year, and we just have a big, massive like meetup, and we stay for a couple of days in Birmingham, and we go around all the geeky shops and stuff like that, and make a proper weekend of it. Even though there's no convention to go to, but we just take advantage of the fact that, we all are real close and like extended family. And that was kind of like being considered by a few people of certain people thinking of hosting like a little meetups or big meetup instead in the place or around about the year when Auto Assembly would come around in August. And then TFNation got announced, and then obviously when that very first, back in 2016, when the first TFNation got announced, I was absolutely overjoyed that there was still something to go to Birmingham for, and there was still a Transformers convention happening. And I've been going to TFNation ever since. I've not missed one, except for the 2 years we don't really talk about, where they were virtual events. There was no physical event because we weren't allowed to travel and so on. But I've been to every single physical event since 2016. And I've been going to conventions since 2010. So, yeah, a long time. It has been a massive part of my life going to Birmingham for a convention for Transformers and catching up and meeting up with people that I've met over the years as well. And, yeah, 2016, I was incredibly excited because it was like a new chapter. It was like a new era. And like Auto Assembly was gone, TFNation took over. And then when Stan Bush got announced, I was incredibly excited for that. Really, really excited for that. And I was just beyond excited because I've never thought in a million years that I would actually get to meet Stan Bush in person, and especially not see him perform live. That concert will forever will live with me for the rest of my life. It was just absolutely incredible. The band, because the band he performed with, they're based in the UK, and if he ever does come to the UK, on the off chance, they're kind of like his unofficial, is kind of like his touring band for when he comes to the UK or Europe. And he has like a main band back in America, of course, wherever he lives or whatever. But when he comes like to the UK or he goes outside of America, he does all of his like gigs or shows with this band that are in this UK based band, and they did an incredible job of bringing his music to life and really did a really good job supporting him. And but this year, TFNation 2026, the main thing I think what's really making me excited is that Vince DiCola is going to be there. And Vince DiCola will be performing live and will be putting on a full concert again. This is only the second time in the history of TFNation being a thing that they've actually put on a massive concert, an actual concert. Is going to be Vince DiCola is going to be supported by a guy called Jadel, who is I've only ever seen I've seen one video of it going around circulating of how good he is, and I'm really excited and really looking forward to hearing how good of a singer he is, and if and also the actual music being performed by the man himself that brought the Transformers soundtrack to life. As well as Spectre General or Kick-Axe, as they're also known as, Weird Al, Stan Bush, Vince DiCola, Lion, that did the theme for Transformers the movie. So, all of those contributing factors brought that soundtrack to life. But Vince DiCola was the beating heart of that soundtrack. And the fact that he's going to be live and the fact that he's going to be performing probably all the soundtrack, maybe some other little bonus bits as well, because he's known for Rocky IV as well, and he's done all the other stuff he's done. He's produced music for video games as well, and Transformers Devastation, the video game Transformers Devastation. He also produced the music for that. He also produced the music for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game and a few other things. So he's been a busy man over the years. So I am really, really looking forward to see what he's got in store, part of his set list for the gig. I really am. But yes, I am very much looking forward to it. I am so excited, even though it has been a really stressful week this week. I really cannot wait to get away. I really cannot wait for tomorrow to be gone and done and dusted. I really can't wait because even though I've been trying to work, but it has been niggling in the back of my brain, constantly just thinking about TFNation, constantly just daydreaming, thinking about traveling, thinking about the stuff that I need to try and remember to pack, and then thinking about what time we need to be there for the coach on Thursday morning, thinking about this, thinking about that, getting everything ready, getting my bags ready, everything that comes into play with the whole traveling thing. That's been in my mind as well. and also the actual getting there, the excitement of TFNation has come around again. 4 lovely days in Birmingham, surrounded by some incredibly like-minded individuals such as myself. We're all there for the same thing. We're all there for the same interests. We all probably share different interests as well. Some people are fans of Star Trek, some people are fans of Star Wars, some people are fans of anime, some people are fans of Marvel films, DC stuff, so on and so forth. There's a lot of like genuine, whatever interest when it comes to certain pop culture stuff. But we are all there for the main thing. We're all there for the same thing, which is Transformers. I have managed to get myself a Friday ticket. I initially did not I usually don't bother with the Friday. Now, I have done Fridays in the past, where like the first couple of TFNations I did do Fridays, but I had this thing of forgetting of what certain forgetting times, and in the bar with people, what I mean, just like catching up with people in the bar, and I look at my watch or I look at my phone, I'm like, oh shit, and I've missed loads of stuff that I wanted to go and see on the Friday, and I was just like, I've just wasted all that money. I've booked a ticket to actually, I've bought a ticket for the Friday, and I've been to nothing because I've literally just been in the bar. So usually I kind of leave Fridays open. I usually try and I usually have my Fridays open as just like a big social night, because the Friday is like a really good night. Most people travel to Birmingham on the Thursday, like we do, but a big majority of people travel on the Friday, get there Friday. And so the Friday evening, like Friday afternoon and Friday evening, is probably one of the best of the 4 days that were there, next to the Saturday. The Saturday's the main day where everybody's together, people are playing with the new purchases in the bar, the vibes are really good, and people are having a good time. But Fridays Friday's Thursday is the precursor social thing, because it's usually not as busy as the Friday and Saturday and Sunday, as the rest of the weekend. But I usually try and keep my Fridays separate. Fridays like free. So like if anybody wants to go for a meal or anything like that, something sociable, that is usually what I do. I leave my Fridays free, so I don't usually bother buying a ticket. However, I managed to, there's still allocation of tickets still available for Friday and Sunday. So I bought myself a Friday ticket, so I am fully ticketed for the whole thing. The reason why is, even though I've seen the film so goddamn many times, the Transformers the movie, which I'm probably, no doubt, will be the movie that is going to be played on the Friday evening. So I wanted to go, because it's celebrating the 40th anniversary of the movie, and the fact that Vince DiCola's there as well, and I kind of wanted to, because it's like a special anniversary year, I thought, sod it, I'll buy a ticket and then I can go and watch the film on the evening, and also probably check out some of the panels, because there's a couple of panels in the afternoon as well, on the Friday afternoon, that I'm genuinely interested in. There's one about animation. There's a panel about animation, talking about different animation stuff, all the animation when it comes to Transformers and things. So I love my animation, so I will be checking that out. And there's a few other things as well on the Friday, the Matrix test and things like that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll play it by ear. I'm not going to go to every single thing on the Friday, but I'm going to kind of pick and choose what I want to go to on the Friday, try and put a reminder in my phone. try and see if I can put some reminders on my phone to like remind me about roughly half an hour to an hour before the panel's due to start, and it gives me enough time to then make my way there. Because say if I'm at my hotel, because we're at the Arden this year, and it's one hell of a bloody walk there and back. It's a good 20 minutes to half an hour, depending on how fast you can walk, I guess. So it's a little bit. That is the only thing I'm kind of a bit peeved about, is because of how expensive the Moxie was this year, and how expensive the bloody Hilton is as well. You know, there isn't many other options on the NEC side besides the Arden, and there's another one as well, but that's even further away. And then you've got the airport side options. Now, I don't usually bother with the airport side because of the monorail. The NEC shuts at midnight. Usually shuts at midnight, and the monorail shuts at a certain time as well. So connecting to the airport side. So I usually don't bother with the airport options. So when it comes to the NEC side, like where the Hilton Metropole is, there is a few options, but some of them are really expensive options, and some of them are relatively okay. The Moxie last year was really cheap, but in comparison, from last year to this year, in comparison, it is like night and day. The price for the Moxie for 2026 TFNation for this year was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was like, I think it was like 200 or 300 quid more each per person. Splitting it down, because obviously I was going to be sharing with my good friend Sam, which was a Firestorm. So split two ways, it was looking like between around about going on 600 each. And that's a lot of money. And that is a lot just for 4 nights. For 4 nights in the Moxie, and I don't think we paid anything quite like that last year. I think it was a lot cheaper last year. I think it was somewhere around. I think altogether was around about 400 or so. Around about 400 or so. So split down the middle, it was around about 200 each, which is doable. I'm fine with that. That's not a problem. So it was a lot cheaper last year. But this year for the Moxie was ridiculous. But when it comes to the Arden, that was even cheaper. I can't remember how much it was, but it was under 200 quid each. It was under £200 each anyway. So it must have been around about 300 or 400 altogether. So split down the middle, give or take, roughly just under 200 quid, which is even better. I don't mind paying something like that for 4 nights. That's actually quite a good deal, really. But yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to checking out the Arden. I am actually kind of intrigued. I'll put up a question on the people going to TFNation Facebook group. I put up a post on there while I was at work earlier, just asking people, just asking if anybody else is staying at the Arden this year, and what do people think of it. And I've got some good responses, and it seems quite a few people that have stayed there previously have all said it's actually a decent little hotel. So I'm probably not going to be checking out much of the amenities because, it depends. It depends. I mean, probably Thursday evening. We'll see how it goes. Probably when I first get there on the Thursday, once I drop my bags off and we get checked into the hotel, I might go to the bar and get myself a couple pints from there, because I have been told that the Arden prices for the bar is far cheaper compared to the Hilton. So I have been reliably informed that the prices at the bar at the Hilton are much cheaper in comparison to the Hilton. Probably a good 2 or 3 quid cheaper for a drink. So I probably on the Thursday when we finally find where we need to be, we get to the Arden. Me and Sam get checked in, drop our bags off, get refreshed or whatever after travelling, and then I might actually go and have a couple cheeky pints or a pint in the bar there and just see what it's like, get an idea. I'm going to be doing a full vlog experience for TFNation 2026 anyways, so I will be showing off what the Arden looks like, what the rooms look like, what amenities they have, just give people an idea for the future, you know. So yeah, that's going to be the vlog. I wasn't going to make another video until I got back, but you could say this is kind of like 48 hours. Not quite 48 hours, to be honest. Well, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah. But anyway, so it is very close now. It is very, very close, and I am so excited. I just want to get there. I just want some time off from work, get away from everyday normal life, just de-stress. And then when I get back home from after TFNation's finished, and I travel home on the Monday, I'm off all that week as well. So I've got altogether I'm off for a week and a half, give or take. I didn't have enough. Well, I was prioritising my holidays this year. It would have been nice to have taken a full 2 weeks off, but unfortunately, I was trying to prioritise other things that were happening throughout the year as well. Because we're going away in September, so I needed because I get about 4 or 5 weeks holiday per year, so which is doable. It's plenty of time to be able to do certain things, but I have to be careful. If I overbook myself and something else comes up I want to do, I'm screwed. For booking time off. So yeah, but no, I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait. Not long, only 2 more sleeps. 2 more sleeps. And we will be in Birmingham. Woo! Choo choo! See you soon. Take care. Safe travels to people that are already travelling down or making their way there early. No doubt the TFN team are probably already there, or some of them already there. But safe travels to people. Take care of yourselves, and see you all. See those of you that are travelling on Thursday, and I'll see you throughout the weekend whenever you are getting there, Friday, Saturday, or whatever. So take care. See you soon. Bye bye.